Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Former Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley had an incredible outing at Night of Champions 2025 as she beat Raquel Rodriguez in a street fight in arguably the best match of the evening. The Stanford-based promotion recently announced that Mommy will kick off the Aftermath episode of Monday Night Raw. Interestingly, WWE CCO Triple H may have confirmed the direction for the Eradicator on the flagship show, which might get heat from the fans. Usually, the superstars who open Monday nights end up calling out for a championship shot, and with Ripley's rivalry with Io Sky still unresolved, they could face off at the Evolution to Premium live event. Some recent reports also suggest that WWE has been internally planning to book the bout at the OE Women's PLE. With Ripley announced to kick off Monday Night Raw, Triple H may have confirmed the rumor of her potentially getting a title shot at Evolution 2. However, WWE might get massive heat from fans for this booking choice. This is something that has been seen lately. Whenever Ripley was looking like a possible contender for gold, the decision received a backlash from the WWE universe. Many felt it was repetitive for Mommy to dominate the championship scene, especially over the past couple of years. That said, the proposed angle above is hypothetical. Nothing has been officially confirmed, and it is merely speculation based on the current storyline's progress. The actual picture will unfold in the upcoming weeks. On Monday Night Raw, former Judgment Day star Rhea Ripley often breaks the internet with her spots or pictures. Last year, the Eradicator went viral on social media after she connected a stink face on Nia Jax during a live event. Recently, in an interview with Insight with Chris Van Vliet, the former Women's World Champion revealed that it wasn't her idea. Nia Jax had asked her to perform a stink face, and she improvised it by adding Ricochet's signature, pulling the Gear Up theatrics right before the spot. The 28-year-old star agreed that she knew it would get attention, but had no idea it would go viral. It will be interesting to see whether former Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley gets a title rematch against Io Sky after losing to her twice earlier this year, or if the Stanford-based promotion has something else for her in store heading closer to Evolution 2 and SummerSlam 2025. Triple H may have subtly confirmed Rhea Ripley's next storyline ahead of WWE Raw, and if the early speculation is correct, not all fans are going to be thrilled about it. The former Women's World Champion has been absent from WWE television since suffering a real-life shoulder injury following a brutal backstage segment with Liv Morgan. Her absence left a major void in the women's division and triggered a chain of events that led to Morgan becoming the new Women's World Champion, turning her into one of the most controversial figures in the company. Now, with Rhea's recovery reportedly progressing well, many expected her return to be handled with major fanfare, possibly involving a direct confrontation with Liv Morgan or even a dominant surprise comeback. However, a cryptic gesture from Triple H during a recent backstage segment has led fans to believe something else is in the works, and not all are pleased about the direction. On the latest episode of WWE Raw, Triple H was seen in a brief but intense backstage conversation with Adam Pearce, where the camera caught a board in the background featuring several names and story arcs. Sharp-eyed fans spotted the initials RR written next to a mystery segment labeled Reckoning, which many have interpreted as a reference to Rhea Ripley. The word Reckoning may seem generic on its own, but considering WWE once used that exact term for a short-lived faction, and that Ripley's character has been deeply rooted in chaos, dominance, and destruction, the hint feels deliberate. Adding to the mystery, Triple H reportedly liked several social media posts speculating about Ripley's upcoming return feud, including ones that suggest she may not be targeting Liv Morgan right away. Instead, some believe Ripley may be thrown into a brand new story arc that distances her from the women's world. Title picture, at least temporarily, this potential creative direction is already sparking online debate. Fans who were hoping for a full-circle moment with Ripley and Morgan are voicing disappointment, fearing that WWE may be opting for a cool-down angle to reintegrate Ripley slowly instead of reigniting the red-hot feud. Some feel it's a missed opportunity to capitalize on real-life tension and an organic story that practically writes itself. Others argue that Ripley's comeback needs to be treated like a major event, not a background narrative or experimental storyline that fails to reflect her star power and the momentum she had built before the injury. The backlash highlights the thin line WWE must walk between long-term storytelling and maintaining the excitement of high-profile returns, especially when a top name like Rhea Ripley is involved. Still, Triple H's subtle breadcrumb may also be a deliberate attempt to mislead or tease fans while something much bigger is brewing behind the scenes. WWE is no stranger to planting misleading visual cues or vague hints only to deliver a massive swerve. The creative team has pulled this move several times in the past, whether it was the mystery surrounding Uncle Howdy, the QR code campaigns for Bray Wyatt, or even CM Punk's shocking return after weeks of false trails. So it's possible that the reckoning note next to Ripley's initials is part of a slow build to a larger story that will eventually collide with Liv Morgan's reign. What's especially intriguing is how other members of the WWE Women's division have been subtly adjusting their promos and social media presence in ways that seem to reference Ripley. Becky Lynch, for instance, recently posted a cryptic message about unfinished fights, and Nia Jax made a pointed remark about false queens in a backstage interview. Both statements have fueled speculation that Ripley's return may involve a wider storyline encompassing multiple former title contenders who were all wronged or overshadowed during her dominant reign. If this is the case, Ripley's return could eventually serve as a unifying storyline across the division, positioning her either as a returning antihero looking to reclaim her throne or as a more complex figure forced to face the consequences of her past dominance. Adding further intrigue is Dominic Mysterio's recent on-screen demeanor. While the Judgment Day has seemingly stayed strong without Ripley, Dominic has shown noticeable frustration and distraction in recent weeks. During one segment, he was caught glaring at a monitor during Liv Morgan's celebration, and some fans noticed that he wore Ripley's signature black hand purple wristband, an emotional callback that didn't go unnoticed by the audience. These minor yet impactful choices may be laying the foundation for a massive emotional payoff when Ripley returns, possibly causing ripples not just in the women's division, but also within the Judgment Day itself. Could Rhea Ripley's return tear the faction apart? Could Dominic's loyalty become a central element of her next feud? All signs point toward a highly layered storyline, but again, the timeline and direction remain unclear. Injury updates on Ripley have been relatively guarded, but recent insider reports indicate that she is close to being medically cleared for a return. Some sources suggest that creative pitches have already been made, with Triple H personally invested in shaping her comeback arc. This level of attention from WWE's chief content officer signals just how important Ripley remains to the overall direction of the product. However, if she's indeed being brought back in a slower, more calculated manner rather than thrown straight into a title feud, it might reflect WWE's long-term vision to build anticipation and develop multiple intersecting stories instead of delivering immediate gratification. That said, the wrestling world is unpredictable, and the crowd reactions often play a pivotal role in altering WWE's course. Some fans have taken to social media to express their frustration, with hashtags like #JusticeForRhea and #WeWantRipley trending briefly after Raw. Others have speculated that Triple H is trying to protect Ripley from re-injury by avoiding too much physicality too soon. These theories are grounded in reality. Shoulder injuries are notoriously tricky, and WWE may be rightfully cautious about placing her in an intense physical program before she's fully healed. But caution doesn't always sit well with fans hungry for compelling TV and dramatic confrontations. Liv Morgan's current title reign, built largely around the narrative that she took Ripley out and stole her spot, would seem like the natural first chapter in Ripley's revenge arc. If WWE swerves away from that now, it risks losing the emotional investment that fans have carried since Ripley's injury. Nevertheless, it's important to remember that WWE under Triple H has become increasingly sophisticated with storytelling. The old days of rushing returns for shock value have been gradually replaced by nuanced builds, long-term layers, and calculated pacing. A delayed showdown with Liv Morgan may ultimately feel more rewarding if it's handled right. Perhaps Ripley will make a quiet return backstage, or maybe she'll shock everyone at a major event like SummerSlam. WWE might even choose to bring her back through Judgment Day storylines, focusing on whether the group has remained loyal in her absence or moved on without her. The emotional stakes could be tremendous, and it could give Ripley the chance to show a different side of her character, especially if the return storyline dives into betrayal, redemption, or retribution. Still, the visual clue from Triple H, the simple board, with the mysterious RR and reckoning note, already done its job. It stirred the pot, engaged the fan base, and sparked a firestorm of speculation that's reignited interest in Ripley's future. WWE thrives on these moments, and if the plan is to let the tension simmer before delivering a major payoff, the company might just be playing the long game to perfection. But if the plan is truly to sideline the Ripley versus Morgan feud altogether, WWE could face backlash from a passionate section of its audience that wants resolution and revenge. As we inch closer to the next WWE Raw, and whispers about surprise returns grow louder, all eyes will be on the Judgment Day, Liv Morgan, and the actions or inactions of Triple H. Will Ripley make her presence known with a dramatic return? Or will fans be asked to wait a little longer while WWE sets the table for a bigger, more layered conflict? Either way, one thing is clear: the Empress of Eradication is on the verge of a comeback. And whether fans are happy about it or not, WWE's women's division is about to change in a big way. The reckoning is coming. It's just a matter of when and how loud the impact will be. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our WWE official YouTube channel for more update news.